Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Crewroom. Uh, Today, I've got another good friend, not a paramedic, however.
Hey.
He's old school technician.
Yay.
This is a 24-year veteran of several ambulance services, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is the shift swap king, and he is Mr. Practical Joke, and it's Steve Willy Wilson.
You got it.
Ta-da! Fuck you,
morning.
motherfuckers. So, hello. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Nice. How you doing?
Cool. All good.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's
No. There's no. I don't think.
interview.
Yeah. You haven't done anything wrong now.
Not recently.
Not recently. Fucking hell. So you've obviously listened to previous episodes.
Yeah.
We had John Middleton on.
Yep.
We've had Mo on.
Yep.
John, TJ.
Yeah.
There's a couple of names from the past there, I think.
Yeah. The brave
So,
ones.
you've been in 24 years.
Yeah.
What did you do prior to that?
Oh gosh, you name it, everything. Double glazing. Worked in an ice cream factory. Worked for banks, building societies. You name it. I was training electrician. You name it, mate. When I left school, it was just like, get out there, earn money.
Yeah.
To go. So I did everything. I just made sure I was earning, always earning. And then I worked for a recruitment agency, and then I just went from job to job to job to job, just earning.
Yeah.
And then I thought, right, I need to get something a bit more stable here. So what did I do? Went into printing and processing maps, plans of power stations for EDF Energy, they're now called.
Okay.
Did that for 2 years.
Is this all in Gloucestershire?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
in Gloucester. All in Gloucester.
Yeah.
Got made redundant from that. Moved on to the next one. What was that? I think that was BT. No, Barclays Bank.
Right.
And I was printing and processing bank statements. Did that for 2 years, and then one day boss fucked me off, so I said shove it. Yeah, it's a funny story because I went off sick. I was on a sickie. And my little
What, from EDF Energy?
Yeah. No, Barclays.
Oh, Barclays. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
because the little one always liked to go to McDonald's on a Saturday afternoon, so I was off sick, as you do. I thought, right, we'll take it to McDonald's. And who do I see in McDonald's when I'm off sick? Fucking boss.
Oh shit.
So I was like, yeah. Went back. I was like, right, let's have you in the office. Little ding dong. I said, you know what, shove it. I'll see you later. Anyway, on to the next one.
Yeah.
So so I just went from job to job to job, and then I went into insurance. I was working in an insurance company. 2 years along, funny enough, that got me redundant. It turns out
There's a pattern here.
Yeah, there's a pattern. And there was two of us. It was down to two of us for this job, and it was me or this other guy. And this other guy was a bit of I don't know. He seemed alright. Seemed all good. And then, of course, I got the can. And a few years later, I seen him, the new kiddie, the other one who was between. Turns out he was shagging the boss.
Oh, okay.
I seen him at a race course.
Bit of nepotism
on the Sunday
there.
shopping for so that's why I didn't get it and you got it.
Yeah.
So we just went from job to job, and then how I got into this job was I was in the care industry. I moved into. I thought, right, what jobs do I actually like doing?
I was about to say, so you did nothing like patients, like
No,
domiciliary care. No.
No, get into
Okay.
that bit. So my sister-in-law owned a care company. I thought, right, what jobs I like doing? It's working in care or driving. So I went into the care side of it, working with mentally and physically handicapped adults and kids. I had some long-term clients. And basically I had this one really lucrative client that I looked after. I'd go in on a Monday, and he was a wheelchair patient over in Stroud, lived in his own place in the community. So I'd go in on a Monday night, stay over till Tuesday, take him shopping, day trips on the Tuesday, go on Wednesday, come back Thursday, stay till Friday, that sort of thing. Take him out, get him up, washed, dressed, take him on day trips, pay the bills, take him shop, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, it gave me so much time off. I got a part-time job in a nursing home, and because I just had so much time off. So it was in the nursing home. I had to go to hospital with a patient on non-emergency transport.
Okay.
On the ambulances.
PTS.
Yeah, that
Okay.
carry-on buses. And I got talking to the driver. I said, this is a Christie number. Driving around, picking them up, dropping them off. She said, we should apply. We need people like you. And these are all old-timers, old school, and it was a DOS.
Yeah. Are these guys that have been frontline prior,
No,
and then
girls.
they've stepped down
No,
to
it's just
PTS?
all girls.
They've just done
stayed
PTS. Okay,
yeah.
right.
They stayed PTS. And I said, you should apply, And for whatever reason, I didn't apply. But 3 weeks later, I sent a job advertised in the paper, local paper, advertised, for it. Got
Another person to just look at the
Yeah.
paper and go,
Yeah.
oh, go join the
Yeah.
ambulance
Yeah.
service.
So I was doing non-emergency for a year, and then just rolled into one of the first pilot schemes of care techs,
Okay.
which was like you did your routine transport stuff, and you went out with a para. So if you were near any jobs, if
Oh,
you were near,
you would jump on. Yeah.
they'd give it you. She did that for a year. I thought, this is all right. And then went on to do my tech course.
Okay. Was that at Chippenham?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Chippen Vegas.
Yay.
Did
good old
you
days.
did you stay?
Yeah.
Did
yeah,
you
yeah,
did you do
yeah.
the live in? Yeah. So John was telling us on another episode of that it was just chaos
Yeah, it was a good crack. I mean,
because there was
as
a
you can
bar.
imagine-
Who has a bar in a
Yeah,
training school?
I mean, I was notorious. You ask Clive Phillips or Snowballs left. Whenever I'd go into their room, they're all swatting up, sweating like, fuck, I've got to do all this sweating.
Yeah.
Go into my room, I'm playing PlayStation. And they're like, really, how do you do it? Every time they come into my room on the PlayStation, just chilling, they're just like swatting. But I got through, did it.
Yeah.
You know, and did that, and then years rolled by. People said, "Oh, you should do your para." I said, "Well, I want to get a good couple of years under my belt before I even think about that sort of thing."
Yeah.
Years rolled by, and it was the old IHCD courses then.
Okay. Tech to para.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And years rolled by. About 10 years in, I thought, well, I'm probably about ready now.
Yeah.
I just missed the last IHCD course, and it went to UE stuff. I said, "Oh, you can shove that up."
Yeah. You didn't want to do the whole
I was running
degree.
my own little businesses then, selling cars and motorbikes. So I ain't got and raising kids. I was like, nah, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
So here
No
I am.
time for essays and dissertations and all sorts of
bugger
stuff.
that
Yeah.
and the stress and
Yeah.
going on relief and losing your line and
So when you left Chippenham, when you did your tech, where was your first station? Was that Stroud?
No, it was because they gave me a list. They said, right, put your top three choices, and I put Siren first
Okay.
because they were the only station doing 12-hour shifts then.
Right.
And I
So
was
what
like-
were they? What was Stroud's 8s and 10s?
No, Stroud. Yeah,
Stroud was 8s and 10s. Okay.
So I put Siren first because they had 12-hour shifts. Then I put Gloucester because Gloucester was actually closest.
Okay.
And then I put Stroud was the third choice. And I said, right, you're going to Stroud. I said, oh, fuck yeah. It's third choice. And I wasn't looking forward to it because they were very cliquey back in the day.
Right. Okay.
And but it turns out it's the best place. Everywhere went 12-hour shifts after that. They closed Gloucester, so I ended up in the best place.
Yeah.
And it was there
That was
for-
the one on Eastern Avenue.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
The big station.
the
Yeah.
big, it's now called the Big Yellow.
Yeah. It's a
Big yellow
storage company
storage
or
thing
something.
now.
Like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there for. I was in Stroud for 11 years. I said, I've had enough of these trucks. Put me in the first car line that comes up. Cole Avenue came up. So this is when it just moved from Eastern Avenue Fire Station to Cole Ave. So I was there quite happy on the car for many a year. And then they said, oh, you know what? We're getting rid of all the fucking cars.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Star is no longer the car.
no. And then he brought in the trucks, and then and then the trucks came in, and then years of that, and I thought, I've had enough of this. I won't go into too much detail, but I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
So I went back to Stroud.
Fair enough. Return to base.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So that was my story of my journey through the ambulance service. Really,
Nice.
many a debacle.
When you did your tech, and you had your hours, who was your mentor?
Oh,
Did you have one?
yes. What was his name?
'Cause
Jonathan. Oh, I can't remember his surname.
And did you have the same person throughout the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Not
The
good fun.
first year. I won't say fun, but
Oh.
there's a few funny stories in there about him. I turned up for work one day, and he goes, "Oh, where's your watch?" I said, "Oh, I forgot it." He said, "Right, we need to get your watch." He dragged me into town, made me buy a watch.
Oh, what?
Made me buy a watch. He said, "You can't. How are you going to count the resps? How are you going to know the date?" So yeah, that wouldn't happen now, would it?
No.
No better than the
Someone
others.
would be screaming at you, take that watch off. Take that bloody watch off. No.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Blimey.
Yeah, many a story about him. But yeah, he was quite a posh lad.
Mm.
What's his name? Jonathan something. All right, Johnny B.
So, like, yeah, saying about Johnny there, you've obviously spent a lot of time on the car, but have you, when you've been on your time on a DCA, have you had like a favourite person, or did you have like a long-term crewmate at all, or
Yeah.
did you have a favourite person that you've worked with?
Well, just the lads, really.
Yeah.
The lads, Jardines and Phils and Gordy's, all the old timers.
Yeah.
All the old
Everyone's spread out thin now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a few shifts with Millsy, on the car. Then were the days when we used to have a good old, Laurel and Hardy. The good old days when it was fun.
Yeah.
Not
So,
anymore.
so I mean, you've listened to the other episodes, and the whole point of this podcast is to bring out your funny stories. And Steve's actually brought a list, much like Mo, because I don't know if you got like bad memory, like or was it just too much to remember that?
No, I mean this job is what it is, isn't it? It's quite can be a dark job, or it can be a hilarious job.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have your dark, your medium, and your fun. So social media, I like to use it for humour and entertainment. Light-hearted.
Yeah.
So it's all about the fun jobs. So I've brainstormed, because I was up quite late last night, thinking of all the memorable jobs, and
so you said
actually. Even with my bad memory, there's shitloads.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. There's a proper list here.
Yeah.
So just because you mentioned Millsy last there, so he's going to get it now.
Yeah,
so you've written Millsy dildo.
Oh, yes. The dildo. Now, I can't remember where this dildo came from. It was a collab debacle. And this dildo comes from, I'm not sure where it came from. But anyway, he decides to sellotape it to the front of a certain OO's car, and he writes on the back, "I love cock." So this lovely OO, I won't say her name, but she drives home and it says, "Yeah, beep if you like cock. I love duck." And of course she's getting beeped all the way home. She doesn't realise she's got this great big dildo strapped to the front of her car. And
like a unicorn.
Yeah, it was just, we were just pissing ourselves. Absolutely pissing ourselves. So as you can imagine, it went down quite funny. Luckily, that para had a good sense of humour.
Yeah, I was about to say, did that go down like a lead balloon, or was that all right?
It's all right. She took it in good faith. It was it was good fun. It was good fun. There's plenty of pictures, but I don't show you those.
No, we're not going to share. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And staying on the subject, well, you've got like a whole list of Millsy, because I think you pair were just thick as thieves.
Oh, mate. It's good old days, when you could have a laugh, And, you danced. Another one was Millsy, is the one where you don't fall asleep in the room with Millsy. Because you wake up, I remember one morning I woke up, this is back when you had time on station time.
Yeah, downtime. Yeah.
You take your boots off, put them on the floor. I woke up this one morning, I went put my boots on, walked off for a wee, got into the bog. I'm sat there, looking down, and there's fucking Tipex left and right on my fucking boots. great big L and a great big R. I thought, oh, Millsy, you cunt. I was like, fucking hell. Of course, while I was asleep, you Tipex, you can't get that shit off.
No, that's not coming off.
Steel toe caps. So I thought, right, I'll get you, you bastard. So
what was the rebuttal for that one?
That one is, have you seen the Saw films where it says, I want to play a game?
Yeah.
So anyway, Stevie goes, what can I do to get this fucker back? So I racks my brain. Right, is his car? He's got no lockers on his car. So I go into my car, get the old car jack out, wind him up, wheel off. And
just the one?
Yeah, just the one. Yeah. Left it on a brick, and I sent Millsy a picture. Millsy a picture of the whole side of the fire station. I sent him a cryptic. Said, right, Millsy, I want to play a game. I sent him a picture of that, that dude on the tricycle. It's like, can you spot where your wheel is? So he looks around. He comes back to the station. He's fucking fuming. He can't see this. He's looking all around, under the car, around the car. I said, no, further, mate. You're getting colder. Anyway, I'd fucking taped it up on the fucking side of the building. It's like 2 stories. So you had to go right through the station and go and pick up this wheel and wheel it back. And it's like, oh, fucking hell. It's like, yeah, that's life. That's what's like living with Millsy, working with Millsy. I can't even think what living with him's like. But that's a whole new story. But, I got some revenge that time. But he repaid me back by, we was on the car then. And the cars, they had black fabric seats.
Yeah.
And I took over from him one shift. He said, yeah, there you go, Steve, there's the keys. He'd fucking soaked the fucking seat, didn't he? Fucking soaked it with water, so it was soaking
wet. As he was getting out of it?
No, he'd left it for me. As you go take over.
Yeah.
He's in the crew room. He said, here's the keys. Yeah.
Here you go, mate.
So I'm sat in there now, doing my lights and signing on. I thought, yep, it's been a bit fucker had soaked the seat, and he
Oh,
absolutely
what?
soaking wet my ass was. Luckily, I had a spare set of trousers. But yeah,
Conti pads,
yeah,
just on it for the rest of the shift, soaking that
heater on
shit
full
up.
blast.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
it's just good old days, you know, good old days. And it was just relentless, you know, it was just relentless. It's like Tom and Jerry. He'd do something, I'll get revenge. He'd do something, I'll get revenge.
Did it ever go too far? Did you ever think like, oh fucking hell, like this is, or was it all just good fun? And
yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Or I'll tell you another one. We went to Butlins and the boys, you know, the Jolly. You've heard of
the Jollies,
Boys.
yeah.
And when one was a bit close, it was a bit. We'd all gone out on the fucking piss. Came back, we was all fucking steaming. And our mate Richie Evans, he was asleep. He was the first one to go, and he was sharing. I think he was sharing a room with. Was he sharing a room with me? Anyway, Millsy comes in middle of the night with a fucking razor. I'm like, what are you doing, Millsy? And first of all, he's trying to get in his phone to film himself.
To Richie's phone?
Richie's phone.
Okay.
His fingerprint. He's trying to get his fingerprint on the phone. You know, while he's asleep, he's like trying to hold his phone. He couldn't get his phone. What else can I do? So he comes in with a razor and he's fucking starting to shave off his fucking He's shaving them all clean off. I mean, how he didn't fucking wait. He was steaming.
Yeah.
So in the morning, he wakes up and everybody's just pissing
Eyebrows.
himself. He walks into the lounge and and he doesn't know why everybody's pissing themselves. Thinking, did I do something last night? Did I do something? And this went on back till midday till he finally got in the shower, come out shower. Millsy, you can! he had to go home to his missus. And she
No
was
eyebrows.
gonna rip him some because he had no eyebrows.
Nothing.
No.
Just like,
Absolutely.
oh my god.
Yeah, I've got pictures somewhere.
Is he bald or does he have like a head of
No,
hair?
he had hair. He had full head of hair.
Right.
Yeah, lucky he didn't start on that. But
I was about
yeah,
to say, like, if he was bald, then you could probably be like,
Yeah.
oh, he's got no eyebrow,
But
like,
no.
whatever. But
no,
he's got a full head of
his
hair.
all full off. And he was
Oh,
just like,
mate.
bold as a baby's ass.
How did he get? Oh, he must have been absolutely out of it.
Yeah,
He must have been
absolutely.
panned.
Yeah, wrecked.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
yeah, Richie likes a drink. We all like a drink. You know, sometimes we can get a bit more lather than we like.
Yeah, and then again, fucking lose some eyebrows. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you're a bit of a legend around the ambulance service for pranking
not
people.
so,
So the induction to Cole Avenue, if you rode a bicycle, was to
no, it wasn't if you wrote about it. It's if you didn't lock it.
if you didn't lock it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got it, and I got wrapped in cling film.
Yeah.
And I was like an hour and a half late off, and it had like 100 meters of industrial cling film around my car,
Yeah.
and the tough cuts wouldn't go through it because it just gets all gummed up. And I was like, motherfucker. Or you would put a bike on top of the really tall lockers.
Standard.
Oh,
The
just
filing
honestly,
cabinet.
it used to have me in stitches.
It's like 8 foot up. And if you were a bit short, then you were stuffed because there weren't no ladders. Funny enough.
There's no fireman ladders anywhere.
No.
So with that law that comes about with you, I have you down on my phone as Chinese Steve, and obviously, as you can see, Steve is not Chinese. Like, so there's a very funny story behind that, but I'm going to let you tell that one.
Oh, yeah, that was going back to the Stroud days, the early days, when we had some regulars. We had this regular he was quite a not a very nice chap, so we say, and liked to drink and was always calling us for pancreatitis, abdo pain, and blah blah blah. Anyway, he was known to be quite a nasty piece of work. And again, it was back in the days when I was on the car, and I rocked up at his house, as we often do, calling for chest pain, blah blah blah. So we go in with I'm going in. I've got all the kit. I've got the O2 bag. I've got the D figure. I've got the green bag.
Yeah.
And
Tooled up to the teeth.
Yeah, tooled up. So I've gone in and he's like, hello, right, what have you called for today? Same old. Anyway, you always got to be professional. So blah, 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 blah. Mate, it's your pancreatitis. You know what you've got to do. You know the drill. You've got to take your painkillers, blah, blah, blah. Oh, go on, fuck off then. Fuck off, go on. Okay, you only got to tell me fuck off once and I'm gone. So it's right, okay, so I've picked up all my kit now and I'm walking out the door and he's effing and blah, 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 blah. And he comes running up behind me and I'm like, got all this kit. I'm like, ah! So I turn around to face him. And in no uncertain terms, I said, look, don't run at me like that.
Yeah, don't charge at me like
I said, I'm very vulnerable. I know what you like. Blah, blah, blah. Put the defib up in his face. Went out to the truck and so back to the car. And before I got to the car, radio comes up. Steve, you still on scene? Yeah, he's just reported a Chinese female paramedic with a goatee. He's just threatened to knock him the fuck out. I was like, oh, I don't know what you mean. But,
yeah. There's definitely
Chinese?
No... Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't me. Definitely not me.
Yeah. And you're definitely not female.
No.
You do have a goatee.
Yes. So hence why I'm now known as Chinese Steve out of Stroud by many of the old timers. Many of the new ones, they don't. You know, the new ones, they don't know me by that. They just call me Willy.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah, many of the old timers, they'd be like, Chinese Steve. But yeah, when you catch somebody off guard like that, you know, in a very vulnerable job like that, you know,
yeah.
some,
Yeah.
you know, and obviously you know,
Yeah.
it's fight or flight, self-preservation.
Especially, I mean, if it's the one who I'm thinking of, he's not a small guy. Like,
No, he's dead now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he was
Not great.
He was
but
a nasty piece of work.
speaking of regulars, have you ever had a favourite? Like, you know, the ones that come through and I know that they're abusing the service, and I know that, like, going to them is a nightmare sometimes because it can be like 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Oh.
But when you're there, you're actually like, oh, do you know what? They're not the worst of people to deal with. Or like, no?
I can't say I've got any favourites.
No,
because
favourites, yeah.
exactly. After a while, it become monotonous. But I won't say that one.
Yeah.
But that was one lady I'd never got to meet, but I heard all about, and I was looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah.
But never did.
Never did.
I was looking forward to making her a cup of tea, but never
that's
actually
what she
got
wanted
there.
from you. Yeah. Can I just have a cup of tea, please?
Notoriously.
Oh, God.
But,
So just under one of the Millsy stories here, you've got M5 shitter.
oh yeah,
So-
that was an RTC on the M5, and we get to this RTC, and it's gridlocked. I mean, it's bumper to bumper
Yeah.
for miles, and we get there, and this woman, she got minor, you know, male rear ender, minor, rear end shunt, and she's out. She's, oh, I'm really nervous. Oh, I need to go to the loo. I'm going to the loo. I've got really nervous position. I'm like, it's like, love, the services are miles away. She's like, no, I've got to go. I'm like, do you think I can go to the corner? I said, by this time the police were there, and I said to the officer, she's dying for the loo. She's like, can she go? She goes and asks a cop. Comes, yeah, go over there. So she proceeds to go beside this, under the hard shoulder, and crouches down behind this white tranny van. And I'm like, what's she doing? She sits, squats, and curls out the biggest Mr. Whippy you've ever seen. The biggest brown Mr. Whippy. He's like, oh, that's better. I'm like, and I only know this because she's run off. Oh, let me just take her some tissue.
Yeah.
I had to walk around the side of it. Yeah, there you go. You might actually want a bit more than that.
Yeah.
But
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and the copper didn't say anything. I thought he was
Just
going
did
to
bat an
do it
eyelid.
for loitering. Because it was quite a pile. But yeah, that's the M5 shitter. So if you ever get caught, you know, needing the loo or got a very nervous disposition, always make sure you've got tissue with you. Or go before you leave. You know.
Probably not the first or the last time that you're going to get caught with something like that.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
Moving away from just the stories and stuff like that for a second, like people submit like questions over Twitter and YouTube and stuff like that to like ask emergency services workers. Some people are other paramedics or police or fire, and some people are just the general public, really. So I've got a couple for you.
Oh, okay.
And what does it say? Who is a patient that you will always remember for the better?
For the better?
Yeah, as in like, I think they mean, like a patient that, you know, is, how do you word it better than that? They've worded it really funny. A patient that you're always going to remember, or you know, put a lasting effect on you in a good way. Like, not, you don't remember them because they were a dickhead. They remember them because, you know, they were a really lovely person, or they were, you know, they did a fantastic job when they were younger, or anything like that you can remember off the top of your head. I know that's quite, you know, especially when we're queuing and we're sat talking to these people for a long time, you get to know them a bit better, don't you?
Not really, but you get a lot of elderly with loads, you know, with lots of history and good stories, and they've come a long way. but no, can't say. I've been to quite a few elderly, and they've been married like 60, 65 years, and you're
Yeah.
bloody hell.
Yeah.
You know.
Haven't killed each other yet.
Yeah, yeah. But no, can't say I do.
No.
No.
Cool.
Mm.
Next one is one thing that you'd change about your service.
Service.
Yeah. So
Is-
for you,
is-
it's obviously the ambulance service.
It's
Like-
how control treat you and talk to you
Okay.
and use and abuse you,
Right.
because they clearly, you've had some times where you think you're taking the mick,
Yeah.
or and it's been widely known, you piss them off and they will shaft you, because it's been proven, it's been found. It's I had one just the other day, whereas last 90 minutes, and control said, "Oh right, good job for you, cat 3." Is like, hey, you shouldn't be getting a cat 3.
What's the rules now? Obviously, I'm out
I
of
think
it for a while.
Last 2 hours you can have cat 1, 2, and 3. Last hour and a half, I think it's cat 2,
Okay.
and the last hour cat 1's only. And so that was it. Yeah, I was in Cheltenham. No, I was at Staverton. We just finished our break, and they tried to give us a job from Cheltenham to Southmead to transfer like last 90 minutes. I'm like, it's like 5 to 5, quarter to 5. We're finishing at 6. And so I said, guys, this is going to make us well late. There's no chance we're going to get from there A to B in that time. Oh well, I just but I thought, well, that you're the nearest. I was like, that's irrelevant. You shouldn't be given a cat 3. I was like, it's a cat 2, cat 3. I said, mate, that's going to take us well late. Make us well late. I said, okay, let me see what I can do. Then they came back and they said, oh well, I've only ever got one job. There's 2 in. He said there's 2. One in Cornwall. I said, you're having a laugh, mate. And another 2 in Lydney. I said, they're going to make us well late. And he goes, oh, I've got one job in, which is local. I think that was about 25 minutes away. But again, that was a cat. He said, I said, that's cat 3. He said, cat 2, cat 3. So they play the game. And they do push it.
Yeah.
Notoriously. They try it. And sometimes, you're having breaks off station, and they're sending you, like, I've had jobs where you're down in Wiltshire, Devizes, been down to Marlborough.
Just dead out of
area. Middle of
area.
the night, and it's like, right, take a break here. It's just like, hold on, you're making us take our break even further away from station.
Yeah,
No, that's near a station. And he's just trying to get back. Can we use that time to get back? No.
Yeah, can you use your break to make way?
And you could just get some that are just awkward.
Yeah.
And if you piss them off, it's funny how you get jobs as far away as you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Do you think that's a cultural thing in dispatch? Do you
Not
think
so much,
that's like
because it's a newer thing?
Right.
It's with the newer generation.
Okay.
And
again, like, do you think that's like a dispatch team leader telling them to?
Apparently there is that. But
right.
You can have that, but you can still be civil.
Yeah, absolutely.
To who you're dispatching.
Yeah. Yeah. You
still have a range of movement that you can always use.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I would say most, because some of them are just point blank rude.
Yeah.
Some of them just like, tough, no, blah. And you try and radio them and message them, and they just ignore you, or they send the snottiest of emails back, snottiest of messages on the CAD. You get that a lot. So I'd say that more than anything, because management and OOs, they'll go out their way to help you.
Yeah.
In all fairness, really helpful. Well, most can be. There's the odd few, but but control are a different matter. Yeah, they're a different breed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
So that's the one thing that you would sort of change if you had
Well,
the power
obviously
to.
that and the queuing system and the brake relieving, and sometimes you have to put your own finger out to get cover.
Yeah.
You're harassing the halos. Can I get some brake? Oh yeah, whatever. So those are the two main things.
Yeah.
As no doubt most people would say.
Fair enough.
Same old, isn't it?
Mm. And there's one last one.
Mm-hmm.
One last question. What has life in the ambulance service, especially 24 years of it, has taught you?
Always expect the unexpected. Be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
Because it's like Forrest Gump said, you never know what you're going to get. Like a box of chocolates.
That's like a box of chocolates. I guess that's what attracts you. Is that still what attracts you to the job, or?
Well, I won't say that. say there's one day of the month that attracts me to the job.
It's payday.
Payday, motherfucker! Yeah, because the job has changed. It's changed so much.
Yeah.
You know, when I first joined, it was so quiet. You had the odd day we didn't go out. You know, you'd be gagging for a job.
Yeah.
Now, you go into coughs, codes, stub toes, 111, ridiculous stuff, absolutely ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you had a decent triage system like we used to, you wouldn't be going to half of this stuff.
Mm.
So, no, I don't enjoy the people ask me all the time, do you enjoy your job? Well, not as much as I used to, you know. And when, you know, you're doing a job and you've been stung and, you know, you've had the bollockins and, you know, it takes its toll out of you, you know.
Yeah.
When you're just constantly fighting a losing battle, banging your head against brick walls, going to jobs you think, oh. But my wife's a good, she's a good voice of reason for me. You know, I used to bring her moaning, oh, I'll go into this job. I spent how many hours with this regular, how many hours with that regular. I'm going, she said, yeah, but you know what? You're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. You know, it's like actually what I try and teach a lot of these young ones now. Makes me sound well old. But
these young ones.
Yeah, because it's as many of them will tell you, it's my party trick is I'll start on with a new NQP and they say, oh, how long have you been in? And I'll say, you know what? Probably longer than you've been alive. And they say, how old are you? I say, yeah, I'm 50. And they say, oh shit, I'm 23, 24. I said, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see them come in and they're getting stressed and they're effing and blood. Oh, bloody hell. I say, you know what?
Just chill
This
out.
job is as easy or as hard as you make it.
Yeah.
You know, it's no point getting stressed. You just give yourself high blood pressure. You just got to chill.
Yeah.
And roll with the punches.
It's the ambulance service starter pack, isn't it? High
yeah,
blood pressure, high
yeah.
cholesterol,
God,
bad back.
That's another story. And yeah, just chill out. You know, you can only do one job at a time. It is what it is. You're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
You're pissed off because you're going to the regular for the third time in one day. You're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, you're running around like a blue ass fly, racing to clear and do another job and another job and another job. But you know what? You're just going to burn yourself out.
Yeah.
You know,
Calls are
do
in the
your
stack
job,
for a reason.
Take your time because you fuck up. Management going to have you.
Yeah.
If your paperwork's not up to speed,
Yeah.
they're going to have you. So, you know, just take your time.
Yeah.
Do your job. Be the
That
best,
was
do
my
the
next
best.
kind of question, but
do
you
the
seem
best
to
you
have
can.
got there to yourself. Like,
Yeah, you know,
advice
it's
to new people.
Show my age. It's just, just don't get so stressed. And just remember, you're getting paid for it. They've trained you. Every day's a learning day. No job is the same. Chill out and roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's literally roll with the punches.
Yeah, literally. Speaking of punches, let's move back to your your extensive list. I've just been having a good sort of look through it.
What my title of
just some of these stories, they're great.
titles that
Just
just
the
spring back
titles.
a certain memory.
Yeah. I'm guessing "Go buy a watch, you cunt" is to
Yes.
do with that. Yeah.
No. That's not. That was when I turned up for work without a watch.
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
day.
And he went and bought you a
my
watch.
my mentor said, right, you need a watch. Into town.
Yeah.
Get a watch.
Let's go.
So
Let's
go
go.
down and buy a watch. Yeah.
Okay, let's.
There's a long list of.
Yeah.
memory
Just going
triggers.
off punches. Broken arms in the morgue.
Oh yeah, that was a job where you went to a body in the water.
Right.
And he'd been there so long, face down, his arms were frozen like that.
Right.
Rigor mortis had set in, and he's like, yeah. So we had to fish him out, popped him in the body bag, and of course his arms are stuck up like that.
Yeah,
And
so he's doing like a Superman sort of thing.
and he's
Yeah.
like, these arms are rigid, so we
Yeah.
were just about. We've been very gentle. It's crazy because you be very gentle.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Well, you're being respectful, aren't you?
Yeah. So we
If someone's-
struggle. We only just about get the body in and zip it up. Of course, it looks something else on the stretcher as we're wheeling it in public view. But we get him to the morgue, and it's like, yeah, his arms are like that. She's, yeah, no problem. So get him in. She's like, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And he's
You
like,
felt the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, are they gonna break? He's like, we'll get him in. Don't worry. To get him in the fridge, so she gets him down and like, of course, wheel him in the fridge, and you're like,
Bloody
oh
hell.
my god.
Yeah.
You know, that's some of the freakiest shit you've ever seen. 'Cause, you know, when rigor mortis is set in, you think, are those bones going to break?
Yeah.
Because he's like rigid.
Yeah, he's
like that,
solid,
Where
yeah.
he's been floating face down. But
Bloody
legs down.
hell.
Yeah. So that was the broken arms in the morgue job.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And we were
Shit.
me and my
Just
crewmate just
brutal
cringing.
Brutal mortuary technician,
Yeah.
just like, I will get him in there. No problem. All right.
Yeah.
So I can see. I think this is something to do with what's changed in the service since you've been in. So validation.
Oh,
So now, as a technician, you have to validate with a senior clinician.
everything I leave at home.
Everything you leave at home.
Everything I leave
Gosh,
at home.
right. So that must be a drastic change from.
Oh yeah, leaving people at home for the last 22 years.
Yeah.
As a clinician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says locked up tight validation.
Yeah. We went to this job and it was a concern for welfare. Lights were on, cats outside, and a neighbour had called it in.
The cat's outside.
Yeah.
Oh right.
It-
Like meow, let me in.
Yeah, exactly. So we rock up to this job, and this house is sealed up tight. It's a nice, decent house, nice, tidy, respectable looking house. Knocking on the door, nobody's home.
Yeah.
Everything's sealed up, shut up, tight.
Yeah.
Curtains are drawn. Nobody's home, it seems. I'm banging on. I thought, right, before we get the fire brigade, just go and knock on the neighbour's door, I said to my
And they're the
PA.
ones who phoned.
No, it's one round, but it turned out it was a nosy neighbour at the back.
Oh, okay, right.
Who'd seen the lights on at the back,
Yeah.
and the cat had been outside, seemed to be on and off outside for ages.
Right.
So anyway, knocked on the neighbour's door. Neighbour said, "Oh no, he's in Jersey, he's not there." I said, "Oh yeah, neighbour's worried he's seen the cat." I said, "Yeah, I'm looking after the cat. He's gone out for a piss." I was like, "Okay." So called a validation. Called up the OO. Said, "This patient's not actually home. Do I even still got to validate?"
What's the deal with it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you still got to validate. I said, "But the patient's not here.
Yeah. No patient
There's
contact
nobody
made.
here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you still got to validate. I was like, "Okay, whatever. Oh, that's what you want me to do. You want me to sit here for another hour, typing up paperwork to say no patient, blah blah blah." We checked everything, and there was another
Confirmed
one.
where he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, the validation, and another one was rocked up to another job. This 2-year-old with breathing problems. Knock on the door, no answer. Knock on the door, no answer. And then the husband pops his head out the window. "Yeah, patient's not here. SWAS sent a taxi 2 hours ago. They're A&E." So okay, no problem. Sorry, validation.
Yeah.
Rang OO again. "Oh, I've got to validate this, have I?" Yeah. So do validate. Yep, you've got to ring A&E, make sure they're there, and then get it validated. I'm like, so of course, then I ring A&E. "Is so and so? Yeah, they're here. Yeah, with the 2-year-old." So then I've got to validate it. But hey, they want me to do that. I'll play the game.
But yeah.
That's what they pay me to do.
Yeah.
So
It's just
yeah.
cruise. Yeah.
So yeah, everything I leave at home. I went to Steph once. I said, "Steph, if I really get," said, "Yeah, sorry, Steve. It's come from above. It's nothing I can do." I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
roll with it."
Especially when you've confirmed that there's no patient. No patient contact made.
Yeah,
How are we
yeah.
meant to get details?
And
like-
it's just like I said, there's nobody home. I've confirmed. The neighbour said they've gone on holiday. They're looking after the cat. They're not back till next week.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Not a lot, apparently.
Validation. Exactly. Oh, but the biggest one that I don't know if I can mention this, any names, but
You don't have to say names.
no.
I can beep them out.
No, I won't say any names. I'll be professional. The very first day they brought in validation, I was on the car, and I actually turned up to a famous musician's house. He's got a famous musician, actor, and a famous daughter who's a musician. And I was actually sat on his drive for 2 hours waiting for validation after I'd been in. And the patient was saying, "Fine."
Yeah.
Some mild abdo pain. They were going to go to A&E themselves the next day.
Yeah,
If it continued.
They're
going to see the doctor the next day.
Safety net and's all there. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm sat on this famous actor's drive for 2 hours on the first day he brought it. And it actually made me late. I was past my finish time waiting.
Yeah.
Validation!
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's my claim to fame. First day validation came in. I was sat on a
2
famous person's
hours.
drive.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell. Speaking of famous people, Barry White's on this list. So what's Barry White doing? The
Barry
love
White,
walrus.
That was a funny job where I went to this little lass. She must have been 4 or 5. She'd been hit by a car.
Oh shit.
And but she was fine. It was all minor. She'd been, she bumped off the bonnet at
Low speed.
low speed.
Yeah.
It was minor. There's no open fractures or anything, but she was in a bit of pain. She needed an X-ray on her femur, and so I'm trying to coach her through, and she's hysterical, bless her. So calm her down, get her nice and calm, and reassure her, make sure everything's okay, and then I give her the Entonox, and she's like, "Oh, I'm scared. I said, "There's nothing to be scared of. Look." I start breathing. I give it a couple of puffs, and I start talking like Barry White. And we're pissing ourselves. So I'm pissing myself.
Baby.
The parents are pissing themselves because I've gone real deep like Barry White. And this little girl's pissing herself. I'm saying, "See? That's what it's like." So I give her the gas, and she's happy as Larry. She's wetting herself because my voice is still talking like Barry White. I'm sounding sexy as hell. So that's the Barry White and Entonox story. But
Speaking, well, did I see something? Something far different than that.
no.
There's a good few well, again, all your stories seem to flow quite well. But maternity, baptism of fire.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Speaking of maternity,
it's that age-old tradition of, you know, you'll go years and years without a certain job,
yeah,
and then you have shitloads.
yeah, okay,
And some people just don't have loads. So I was into my 20th year before I had my first actual maternity deliver a baby.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've been to hundreds of jobs where they've delivered them before I've got there.
Yeah.
Or held it in all the way.
Your phone kicking off.
Yeah. So I've gone 20 years without actually physically delivering a baby.
Yeah.
And I got again.
You've done the like
adventures on the
labour,
car.
but straight to maternity.
Yeah. They've either held it in.
Yeah.
Or delivered it before I've got there.
Yeah,
And I've stories of people delivering them on cream leather settees and all that, but that's for another day. But I got to this job on the car. Woman this young lass was in labour. And it said, come through, birth is imminent. So I rocked up and I go in. She's on the bathroom floor. And as I literally go in, put all my kit down, get my kit ready, she literally, bam, 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 baby's out, catch it, woo, happy, good job.
Yeah.
So then I've got the two mothers. I've got the boyfriend who's high as a kite. He stinks of weed.
Right, okay.
He sat behind her in the bath. He's actually sat in the bath, which is empty. He's fully drugged. And he's,
he's off his head.
Yeah, and he's off his head, high as a kite. So I've got the wife on the floor, the girlfriend on the floor. She's delivered. So there's my first birth. And then she goes into postpartum hemorrhage. So she's bleeding like a stuffed turkey. The boyfriend faints in the bath. The two mother-in-laws are like freaking out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, right.
Oh, bother.
Cut the cord. Give the baby to mum. Call for backup. So I've got one hand on the nether regions of this young lady with an Inco pad.
Yeah.
Two on the stomach to try and stem this bleeding.
Get some contractions going. Yeah.
And so like, there's my baptism of fire now. She's passing out. She's pale, bleeding like a stuffed turkey. Got the boyfriend in there. So I'm sat there waiting like,
send everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the baptism by fire. So it's like, and then literally a few weeks later, after 20 years of not delivering a baby, got to another job on the car. And this mum had literally, as I walked through the door, she had given birth on the toilet. She's 23-week-old, and she's doing CPR, and I'm on a car on my Todd.
Yeah.
So I rock up. So now I've got this baby's like
this tiny preemie baby.
I'm like, right, and I'm thinking, whatever you do, no oxygen, bag it, but no oxygen. So I'm bagging away. Mum's calm as a cucumber. So we're working on it. I'm bagging. She's doing CPR on it, holding it in her hand.
Yeah.
And we get this little fighter back, and he's got good output. Cardiac output, but he's not breathing.
Okay.
So I'm bagging, waiting for the backup crew.
Hems, please.
Yeah. And this was in the middle of the night, and I said, you need to call this baby Mike, because it will not give up. Mike Tyson, because it would not. He was a fighter. Would not give up. And we bagged it all the way in, and because it was 23 weeks, I think it was 22. Took to maternity, and they were like, yeah, we don't work on babies that small. I'm like, we're here with a 22-week-old baby that's got a good cardiac output, needs respiratory assistance.
Yeah.
So I said, well, we'll just leave it over there and we'll see what happens. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And literally he's there for 20 minutes while we're finishing paperwork, and I'm like, nah, this isn't right. And after all, it kept on going. They actually transferred that to Southmead, to
Bristol Children's.
Yeah, because it just wouldn't give up.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and that was in the space of weeks of never delivering babies.
Yeah, and you just
They're always holding them in. You know, I've had one job. I walked down a garden path and I could hear this woman screaming, it's coming. And I look through it's one of those houses, you go down the path and you see the lounge window, and you got to go round. And as I'm walking down this path, looking at the window, she's legs akimbo, everything hanging out. And I'm like, you could have closed the curtains.
Yeah.
As I walk in, and that was another story. But yeah, you've seen it all. But yeah, and that was weeks later after that one as well. So yeah, baptism by fire. 20 years of no maternity. I mean, your colleagues say, "Oh, I've had 3 maternities this week." Oh, I've delivered 15 babies. I've delivered 20 babies.
Yeah.
And I'm like 20 years.
And you're
in.
just there like, the day reckoning is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Have you had any since?
No, funny enough.
Right.
No more that. Tell a lie. One, it was a stillbirth. I let the female paramedic take that one.
Shit.
Because again, that was literally like, that was 23 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, when you can, female to female is always good. So we let her. But no. Yeah. After that, no more babies.
Fucking hell.
So yeah.
On the subject of like shit jobs, do you have your own like process afterwards? Like,
as in,
so say you have like a horrendous job. Is there something you do after work or anything like that to sort of?
No, I'm one of these lucky people. I have a Pandora's box. I go home, on my way home, goes in the box, go home, and it's fine.
Lock and key.
Yeah, I'm lucky like that.
Yeah.
Lucky like, because I think there was only one job I went home and the missus said,
"You're not right."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But we have those jobs. But luckily, I've only ever had that once.
Yeah.
But
goes away.
No, luckily,
locked away.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
cool.
I know that's not really good.
Because you run the risk of it overflowing, don't you? And then
one day that box will open.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's another mantra: is it only takes one job to break you. So,
I mean, I've been told that since I started.
Yeah.
So you're one job away from that's the end of it. Like I'll go drive a truck.
Unfortunately, I've seen it in a few. I won't mention any names, but I've seen it, and it's your mental health is very fragile.
Yeah. I mean, in your time, you've seen so many people come and go.
Yeah. And a few, sadly, the wrong end of the mental health game. But you've luckily, like I said, luckily for me, it goes go home and it's
forgotten about. You leave it at the door.
But it's always good to talk it through with your crewmates.
Yeah.
If you have any queries, concerns, talk it through your crewmates. Let it out, because a lot of people bang.
I'm fine.
Yeah. They lock it away, go home, and it just festers.
Yeah.
Some people are having flashbacks and nightmares. Look, I've never had that.
Yeah.
But it can be horrendous.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
No.
But luckily, if you're the right kind of person.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you have any advice for people like wanting to come and do it? I know that most of us people who've been in for a few years are like, don't fucking do it. But if people are dead set on it, like, do you have any like words of wisdom?
You've got to be the right kind of person. But saying that, you've got to be the right kind of person. But again, I didn't join to do this job. I just rolled into it.
Yeah. But I think that's the best people in it.
Yes.
I think that's like I've said before, the hard chargers, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They don't burn out quickly, but they soon are brought down to earth.
Yes, with a bump.
Yeah, with a bump.
Because there's been a few people that come in who are squeamish. I remember one lass, she come out of training school, she was in a month. She just...
Nope. Not doing this.
No.
Yeah.
I can't take it. No. Too squeamish. No. Don't like blood. Don't like vomit. It's like, you're in the wrong job now.
Yeah.
But,
I find the best people, like, you're one for... another one for the newspaper article of, like, so, Kez... John, you, all just like, I just seen something in the paper and I just thought, that'll do. Yeah.
But now it's all online, isn't it? But no, it's if it's what you want to do, maybe do it at CFR. That seems to be a good. I've had a few inquiries. My daughter wants to start. She wants to join, and the advice I've been given is do CFR, because that's the best way in.
It gives you a taste of it, I guess.
Because they don't like people to come in third man. And I had somebody ask the other day, can my daughter come along and do some third man shifts? And I inquired and they said, nah, you're not doing it anymore. Right. The only way you can really get in, you're either a student on the course or you've got to go along your CFR route.
CFR, okay. Yeah. And then just do your local community for a few years or whatever. Yeah, okay.
And then that gives you good grounding.
I can just see 2 stories on this list. One's to do with student kneeler.
Oh yeah. It's
so obviously that's someone coming out with you as a student paramedic. Yeah.
And they made the mistake of when you go to a patient with UTI, you know what they tend to have, stinky wet wee. So when they come in and they start, first thing they do teach him is get down to patient level. But when the patient's been on the floor all night with the UTI, the keen student comes racing in, kneels straight down beside him,
Hello, how are
and
you?
suddenly realizes why they've got wet knees,
Oh,
stinky wet knees. And
that's a
God,
lesson learned
she was a
very
class.
quickly.
Yeah, she never made that mistake again.
No, no.
But I've made a similar mistake. I
Oh,
went to one. She'd this lovely little old lady, but she was a bit batty. Clearly had a UTI. Was talking gobbledygook, and sat in her kitchen and said, "Yeah, you need to come to hospital." But she just said she was eager to leave the kitchen and go into the bedroom. So I was like, okay. There weren't many seats in this kitchen, so I said, "Yeah, no problem." She was just keen. She was just like, I just got to pop into the bedroom." "Yeah, no problem. You go." So because there wasn't many seats, as soon as she got up and walked off, I sat in her seat.
oh.
And turns out she had a UTI, and the reason she wanted to go in the bedroom was because she wanted to change because she'd been incontinent. So I had a wet, stinky ass
For the rest of the until he had spare trousers.
Oh, and UTI piece stinks.
Yeah,
it
it's,
stinks.
Um,
And no matter how many
pungent.
yeah, you can wash your hands, you can change your kit, and you can still smell it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's somewhere.
yeah,
It's somewhere.
that
Just disinfect me.
microscopic
Yeah, just
molecule on you, and you just think, oh, I can just smell it.
Are you a changer before you go home?
No, I'm not. I
You're not.
should be.
Right.
I should be.
See, I'm that. I
Yeah.
never wear my uniform like outside of work. Like I always change
Yeah.
that station.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm old school. I just, sometimes
just
I've even
jump-
gone home
Bundle in the car.
and go home because we quite often late at night where, we're people who retire upstairs after a certain time and just sit on the bed watching TV.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll come straight in from work and jump on the bed and watch TV with the missus. And sometimes I think, but unless I think, right, I've had a COVID patient today,
Yeah.
get that kit off.
Yeah, set it
know.
on fire.
Yeah. Or if I've been to a stinky
Yeah.
UTI patient, yeah, I'll take it off. Sometimes, because I'm quite OCD, I wash my hands quite a lot. So yeah, if there's any sort of smell, get it off. But yeah, there's lots of people like that. Some who religiously get changed. You'll be the ones that come to work and they rock up at 5:02. Because we all like people who come in 15 minutes early, like some of us old timers.
Yeah.
And you get these some that rock up at 5:02. Yeah, just gonna go get changed. And they come past.
And you're like,
in
hang
like
about.
10 minutes past.
Yeah.
I'll just go and get some drugs now. So it's like 15:15. It's like, mate, we started 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's going on here? Like, what the fuck?
There's loads of those. Yeah.
So you've written down a story here. Like you've written down like the actual
Oh,
story.
that's
thing.
the M bit. That was the yeah.
Yeah. So is that something to do with the fat git and the old bastard?
Oh
Or-
yes, yeah. It's the middle of the night. And we rocked up to a nan down. For those who don't know, nan down is little old ladies who fall in the middle of the night, can't get up. So again, we'd rocked up to this job, and we got flagged down by this chap at the front door, and I assume it's her husband. And he rocked. He said, "Yeah, she's over there." Blah blah blah. So we get her up, check her over. All is well, no problems. And I noticed this bloke disappears out the front of the house, and it's like 4 a.m. It's like, hey, he's been gone 20 minutes. I said, I don't know where your husband's gone, love. He's been gone out ages. He said, my husband? What are you on about? He said, that bloke over there. He said, oh, no, that fat git? No, that's the neighbour. He said, no, my husband died 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad too, because he's a miserable old fat bastard. I was like, he said, but yeah, I'm quite glad he's gone now. I was like, oh, okay.
What the husband? Fucking hell.
Yeah. She goes, that miserable old bastard. No, he died 10 years ago. Good riddance to him.
Fucking
I was
hell.
like, yeah, there's no punches pulled with that.
Just like savage.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's dead. Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of my house.
Yeah. I was like, oh gosh, okay. But that leads you to the next part, which says never assume who the person who opens the door is.
Oh god.
Never assume the
We were
relationship.
talking about this the other day. The amount of times that you're like, oh, so were you the dad? And you're like, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm the husband. And you're like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
And then it's like this quick retraction of the foot
Yeah.
that's in the
Yeah.
bucket full of shit.
Because you sport two of my stories now. As one was, I rocked up with this job with this female, she'd fainted. She was youngish. So I rocked up with this property, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I said, could you be pregnant? She said, no fucking way. I said, you sure? She said, I asked her mum, I was talking to her mum, and said, blah, blah, blah. You're an next of kin, mum, blah, blah, blah. And the girl goes, no, that's not my mum, that's my partner.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and this
So the
female
age gap was
partner,
clearly
this
like...
female part was quite a lot older, which
Right.
leads me to another one. Whereas, again, middle of the night, and we got to the 70-year-old it is, and that'll be on there. And we rocked up at this house, exacerbation of COPD, middle of the night, and this son opens the door, and he's like late 30s, and he leads us into the master bedroom, and this old boy in there, he's like 70 plus, big fat bloke on the end of the bed, really overweight, puffing like a good one. And we're dealing with him, blah blah blah, treating him. I said, are you son next to the kid? He said, no, that's my boyfriend. And there must have been a 50-year age gap between these two. Obviously a toy boy.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So again, I learned a long time ago, never assume.
Just be like, who are you to this person?
I always now ask, what's your relationship?
Yeah, not not just assuming like, oh fucking hell, are you the dad? Like, no.
God. And that must have been. That was about good 18 years ago, and I never forget that one. So I say, never assume.
It's burnt into your memory.
Never. And that was two boys, and it was the two girls that caught me out. Because I said, "Oh yeah, is that your mum?" So I put you as next. That's not my mum. That's my partner. And no, I'm definitely not pregnant because she's my partner. And look, okay then.
Anyway, moving on. Moving on quickly. Holy shit! Fucking hell.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all done that. We've all done it. And some people will continue to do it because some people just can't help themselves.
Oh well, that was John Middleton. Like he says he does it on the weekly.
Yeah.
Like just puts his foot straight in the shit, and he's just like, oh, and then he spends the next half an hour, like backing the fuck out of it. Like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, he's getting the scowls.
We've talked about a lot. But obviously, we all do a wide variety of jobs, and some people avoid certain things for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But I've just seen two stories on your list, and it's arrests. So obviously, lots of people can avoid cardiac arrests for years sometimes. I know students that still haven't done one 3 years later, which is wild. It's like a anti-magnet, like how did you get away with that? I used to go through phases of like months of every shift I would do an arrest. But you've written shall we grab some kit?
Oh gosh, yeah, that comes to a certain individual. I won't say what station, but we rocked up at a job, and this patient had not been in so long and was really keen, so we rocked up at a job, and I was driving, and the crewmate gets out and runs straight in.
Oh, what, like
run straight in with nothing.
Out the passenger seat, just straight
I'm like,
head first.
Do you want to grab some kit with you? He's like, oh yeah. She comes back to the truck and gets all the kit.
Oh fuck.
He's literally running barehanded. Nothing.
What, just mad keen?
Yeah,
just like
mad keen. But some people are just like red mist. It's an arrest.
Oh god.
But,
and was it?
And we were first on scene. Oh yeah, it was an arrest. Yeah,
shit.
It was an arrest. So I'm quite casually going around to the side check, getting all the kit. Yeah, you might want some of this. After I shouted his name, said, "Do you want to come back and get some kit?"
What you're trying to like lug the monitor and the green bag and stuff like? Do you want to just
newbies?
Was the arrest 3-point turn the same job?
No, that was another one. That, funny enough, that was with an old timer.
Right.
Somebody who's been in very similar time to
20 odd years.
Yeah, right. Well, again, you get a job, cardiac arrest, blah blah blah, and we get to the job, and we pull up outside, and when you get to the job, it's right. We need to get in, start all this job, and he's doing a 3-point turn outside the house.
Right.
I'm like,
getting uncomfortable at this point.
Yeah.
Come on.
And he's like, yeah, I'll just turn it round. So just in case we need to go, we're in the right position. I'm like,
yeah.
So we finally
sweat just beating down your forehead already. Like, oh god, oh god.
Let's go, come on in. I'm like, oh man.
It's not Carry On Bus Driver.
Yeah. And this leads to another job on the whole COVID scenario. When we rock up at a job and we got cardiac arrest, it was COVID times.
I was about to say, how was COVID for you? Because I mean,
we'll get to that.
We were in,
But we rock up at this job and we pull up outside. It was like cardiac arrest, and there was a point where every cardiac arrest you had to suit up.
Yeah.
So we
full Tyvek.
We pull into this long road and we see the mum at the door screaming on the phone, and we pull up and it's like, yeah, we'll just be a few minutes left. We have to go in the back, put all the kit on, respirator, everything, and you get that suit, it's getting caught on your boots.
Yeah.
You get the gloves, put the gloves on, they rip, and it just seems to be forever.
Yeah. It's probably only a few minutes. But it just feels like an eternity.
And then you rock up, and then you grab all your kit, and you go, I'm really sorry, love, but we got. And all the neighbours can see you all in the Ghostbuster kit, and you think, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then we go up in the attic bedroom, so we've gone up all these stairs, all this kit. Again,
someone at your front door, Steve.
Yeah, we've been. And yeah, so that's quite embarrassing and really unfortunate. And then to top it off, the OO turns up half an hour later, walks straight into the arrest with no kit on.
Nothing.
Like, do you want to get some kit on, mate? Because it's an arrest. Oh yeah. So he runs back down to the truck.
Yeah,
Gets all this kit on. It's funny, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, it's crazy times. Glad that's all over. Well, not over with, but glad all those restrictions are gone.
Yeah.
But yeah. So arrests are funny things.
Yeah.
Because those tend to be, as you all know, when the adrenaline really starts to pump, and you'll see the people who don't cope with it well because they're running around like headless chickens.
Yeah, and you're just there like
and flapping. Yeah, you're controlled, calm, controlled. You know what you need to get. You know where you need to start. You know the protocol. You know what kit you got, and you just
Have you had one that sort of sticks in your mind? Like it just in a really weird place or
arrests?
Yeah.
Arrests in weird places. An arrest that sticks out.
Either because it was funny or because it was just like, how the fuck did we end up here?
I can't think of anything that jumps out to mind. Arresting kind of weird places. No, we'll come back to that one. Because I'd imagine you have them everywhere.
Yeah. This is where is it? I've just seen something. He didn't like my gangster lean.
Oh, that comes back to my mentor.
Oh, right, okay.
Because back in the day, you joined in, you used to drive like that, and he said, "No, Stephen, when you're driving, especially on an emergency, you'll have 2 hands on the wheel, 10 to 2, please." So I always had to drive like that.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, you're knackered, you like that. No, you always have 2 hands on the wheel, please.
Did he speak the King's
He didn't
English?
like my gangster lean.
No.
Oh, he's a proper.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Prim and proper.
And I see a story. So, a technician obviously gets mistaken for a paramedic.
Yeah.
And a paramedic gets mistaken for. But then, if you had the what do you do? Oh, I'm an ambulance technician. Oh, do you fix them then?
Yeah. No, we get the usual. Are you the driver?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I do a lot more than drive, love.
But and I see something there, and I'm plane. I'm guessing you're on a plane.
Oh gosh.
Oh, my son's a paramedic.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah. No. It's the opposite. It's when it kicks off. Somebody collapses.
Oh right.
And you think, oh fucking hell. And you can see something going on. You think, right, I'll wait for them to put out the announcement.
So were you on a plane at this?
Yeah.
Right,
I was on holiday. I was going on holiday with the mother-in-law. Well, with quite a lot of the family. The mother-in-law was with us, and she'd seen this person collapse. And the stewardesses were around this person who collapsed, and she said, "Don't worry, my son-in-law's paramedic. I'll send him along. I'll go and get him."
And you're just there like sliding down in your chair like this, like.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Like,
it's just
I'm
so
outside in the UK.
Yeah, and if you've got no kit, and you think, oh, it's you're in a crowded plane, everybody's watching you, and the aisles are like that.
Yeah.
And you can't do fuck all. And I've also been at a similar one in a funeral, and somebody's gone down. And
my son's a para.
Middle of the church, my mum's gone. Don't worry, my son's a paramedic. I'll go and get him. I was like, oh. And again, you've got no kit.
Yeah.
And you think, oh god,
you're in a
everybody's
suit.
looking.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, you dread to think. You think, oh, I'm gonna go to this funeral with my mum. I hope she don't do it again. Going on a plane with me, you hope you don't do it.
Yeah.
But,
I just hope that everyone's okay. Like, just
yeah,
don't get ill.
Because I'm not doing it. You wait for the call. You wait for the call, and my missus has done it as well. There's one on there about I pulled up. We were driving somewhere. And she actually witnessed this person go over these handlebars of this bike. And she said, "Oh, that person's come off the bike." I said, "Oh, okay, no problem." So I happen to be driving. She gets up, runs over. She said, my partner's a paramedic. I'll go and get him. And I come out the truck and walks towards her. And she takes one look at me. She says, "Oh, no, I'm fine. So I'm not come to mug you. I've come to help you. She's like,
fucking hell.
He's all right, he's a paramedic. No, I'm fine. She gets to the back and fucking runs off. You think I've come to mug her? You know,
What?
Mrs. volunteering me to
Yeah.
come to her aid.
He'll help you.
Yeah, and she
No, he won't.
Yeah,
He's gonna mug you.
It's funny, I have that, you know, when I've got my tats out and they take one look at me and think, ah, no, I've not come to mug you, love. You know, I'm not as bad as I look, honest.
Do you face the same sort of thing as I do with your? Because I mean, you've got 2 pretty much full sleeves as well. Like,
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you get
we
like
all
the?
get it,
Oh, you work in the ambulance service, and you're like, yes, that's why I'm stood in uniform in front of you. Like,
yeah. It's usually the little old ladies, what little prim and proper ones.
Pearl setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just look at you and think, but yet in the moment of need, you're God. You know, they're, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
But
outside of that moment,
when you're attending one of their friends and you know they've got the twin pearl set, and they're looking at you thinking, and you think, God, you just think what they're thinking. It's written all over their face.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, it's funny.
Hang on, let me just check something. So I mean, we've been through quite a lot of shit, and quite a lot of your big old fucking list.
And that's probably only a third of them. By the looks of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's just so
there's just so many stories you think, oh, you know, this job, that job, and little funny ones that stick in your mind. And it's funny. There's lots. Like I said, I like to use social media for humorous purposes. You know, for entertainment. You know, humorous entertainment, because it can get very dark. We don't need that bollocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thanks for coming on.
That's okay.
It's really appreciated. And hopefully, by this going out here, other people will
don't be frightened. You know, like I say, use it for humour. Talk about funny jobs, you know, and your experiences.
Yeah. And I know, I mean, you've only been here like an hour and a half or whatever.
Is it that long?
But I asked John the same thing. You know, would you have any advice to people that would want to come on and tell their stories? You know, if I could grab any of the old school crowd or
just
any fire, police, anything like that.
Don't be scared. I mean, you suddenly think, oh shit, because there's shitloads I can't tell your ass. You know, but come and do the funny stuff. Share the funny stories. You know, or whatever you want to talk about. You know, that sort of thing. And obviously you've got to be professional, and obviously don't tell the naughty stuff, if there's any more stuff. But just chill. Yeah, you know, I was dubious. I was wary, because there's nobody naughtier than me. So I think you'll all be quite safe out there. You know, if you're thinking about it, guaranteed you haven't done half the shit I've done. So
there's plenty that's not been mentioned. So
plenty, too much. As many as funny stories is. There's not so nice stories, and you know,
it'd be good to grab Millsy and stuff like that, because I'm sure.
Oh God!
The other set of
he's just
because is he still registered, or did he?
I don't
he
think
left,
he is.
Left completely.
No, I think he's
so he's the perfect candidate.
If you could get him on, he's too busy felling all his trees with his chainsaws.
Oh, he's a
lumberjack. Well, not lumberjack. He's training to do his proper tree surgeon stuff.
Tree surgeon. That's the one. Yeah. Okay. Because I know he was doing the
Okay. Meals and logs.
He built a kiln or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah. Big job.
Big wood dryer or something.
Yeah, and unfortunately it caught fire.
Oh, the wood dryer caught fire.
Yeah. Bless him.
Fucking hell.
But
didn't burn the house down, did it?
Five fire engines later. It was quite a fucking big old. Because imagine shitloads of
wood
of dried wood.
Yeah,
that's what it's for, isn't it? Burning. And the fucker caught fire. So bless him, but it was very fortunate.
Yeah,
it could have gone
the house
a very different way.
Because it's out in the back garden, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Phil was telling me about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's very lucky.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little gift for saying thank you. If you just look to your left there and you want to grab a pass.
Oh.
So that is.
What this?
Yeah, IOM RC360 gifted all of these. And they also make some whiskey. Is it whiskey or is it spiced rum? It's spiced rum.
Okay.
It's all for the TT races. And I know you're an avid biker.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loves a free lanyard.
Oh, cheers,
and
mate.
if you ever head over to the Isle of Man, you scan that QR code, and it basically tells you what's on, where everything is, pubs, clubs, when the racing is on, the radio stations to listen to, all things like that.
Oh, coolio. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Happy
So
days.
if you ever decide to head over and watch some TT racing,
Yeah, I bet that's mental.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Fucking mental. Yeah, got an R1 at the minute.
Oh, do you?
Absolutely mental.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew you were dabbling in bikes again.
Oh yeah.
You're never without one.
No, I'd been spending more and more time concentrating on the electric mountain biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fat lazy bastards. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's great crack. It is a great crack.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd had a few years off concentrating on that, and then I thought,
I want a motorbike.
4 years without a bike. It's like, yeah, I'm getting itchy now. I need another bike.
Nice.
So yeah, back on the 2 wheels, but yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you very much again.
You're welcome, mate.
It's very much appreciated. I don't know who I'm going to have on as a guest next.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, laugh.
Yeah, come on for a laugh.
Don't be scared now.
Yeah, on all the social media, so YouTube, Instagram, Facebook now. Give us a follow, give us a like, and share it around.
Yeah.
Nice one. Cheers, Steve.
Happy days.